And blah, what you gonna do now? Nowhere to run when I'm moving the prowl, howling, prowling, give it up, punk. You might want to throw the towel in because sometimes things get real fast. So I know I titled this Auditor Gets Attacked and then Pew's the attacker or something like that. I haven't thought what the title is going to be like that. But these guys are at a Planned Parenthood where women go to terminate their pregnancies. It's a controversial place. All of these clinics are controversial. It's been controversial since the Supreme Court decision in the 70s. It's still controversial. It doesn't matter what I think about it. It doesn't matter what you think about the issue. The issue is First and Second Amendment rights. These people are protesting Planned Parenthood. As a matter of fact, Liberty Troll's out there doing it right now because he believes in it and he has the First Amendment right to do it. And of course, people are barking at him left and right. But the problem is when barking becomes deadly. There's protesters here who are recording the clinic, and it's their First Amendment right to do so. Well, the people who on the other end of this equation, they believe in what this clinic does. So they don't like the protesters. That's fine. You don't have to like them, just like you don't have to like auditors. But they have the right to do what they're doing. And just because you don't like it doesn't mean you get to be aggressive towards somebody or violent. You can speak your opinion, you can use your speech, but once you get physical and aggressive, you're risking your life and it's not worth it. And the other day people thought I was being an ass when I open carried at the dispensary audit with Liberty Troll, but this is why I was open carrying, because the last thing I'm going to do is let someone get in my space, run me down, attack me repeatedly, and then he just gets to get away with it. I think all First Amendment auditors should open carry where they're allowed to open carry. This is complete self-defense. The guy is recording and protesting just like an auditor would. And this guy gets in his face trying to intimidate him. He gets sprayed. He was wearing glasses, so it didn't get him good enough. And he keeps going after this guy and keeps swinging on him. And finally, he messed around too much, and he found out that in America, we have free speech, and we also have the Second Amendment to protect our free speech. And that's why the government hates both the First, the Second, and the Fourth. So when you're acting like this towards people who are exercising their rights, whether you like them or not, and you get aggressive, you're acting just like an aggressive government. But here's the video.
Well, video only on WIS shows a fight that happened moments before a man was shot outside a business plaza in Columbia.
A protest, a fistfight, pepper spray, and seconds later, a gunshot in the parking lot.
Officers arrived at the scene and found one person had been shot. The victim was taken to a local hospital and reported to be in stable condition.
Now imagine you...
See, this is something somebody said in the comments, the victim. The victim was the aggressor.
You're just trying to go to work in this plaza, and every day there's tension brewing outside. Arguments, protests, people pushing each other's buttons.
You record people who care about women.
Okay, you record people who care about women. You're recording people who care about women. Notice, this guy is perfectly within his right. This is exactly what auditors do. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing unlawful about what he's doing. And if your opinion is that he shouldn't do it, then you're just an imbecile and you don't believe in our constitutional rights. Who is doing something wrong is the guy who gets in his space. He takes a defensive stance, and this guy who believes in what he believes in is willing to get violent, and he pays the ultimate price for it.
You force people to care about women.
No, the fuck you did not just do that. Don't even try to get that at me. Don't even try to get that.
Now watch, this guy's trying to retreat. Not only did he use self-defense, the moron who got in his face didn't think it was enough. Now he's chasing after him. So this guy's retreating. Something I wouldn't even do. I would not retreat.
That's me, asshole. Wow! Wow!
Now he's physically assaulting him again.
Wow! And wow!
Now he's hitting him in the back of the head repeatedly.
One man, a regular pro-life protester, the other, a guy who runs up on him, hands in his pocket, crowding his space. So the protester pepper sprays him, and instead of backing off, the guy chases him. They hit the ground, someone tries to pull him off, and then...
No, the fuck you did!
Yeah, so that wasn't enough for him. It wasn't enough. You got in a space you shouldn't have gotten a space. He sprayed you. That wasn't a good enough warning for you. Then you came after him because your feelings are hurt. This is all about feelings. When people get violent, it's because they're emotional and they can't control their feelings and they don't have the brain power to overcome their emotional feelings and have a conversation. So they resort to violence. That's what violence is. Violence is a product of ignorance. When ignorant people or ignorant countries can't use brain power and logic to resolve their differences, they go to war. That's what this is right here. It's a tiny war. We could talk about this, but people's emotions get too hot to the point where this guy's willing to give up. This guy must have not thought that his life was in danger. This guy thinks he could get in people's faces. He can go and swing on them just like the people think they could do to auditors. It's the same thing. There's no difference. He attacks him, he gets sprayed. He chases him, the guy retreats. He attacks him repeatedly in the back of the head. People pull him off the guy. And it still wasn't enough. He still kept going after him. And then he gets what he deserves. And you got this moron female in the background who recorded the guy's crime who she's defending, blaming his victim.
One man on the ground, another detained, police everywhere, and it all...
So yeah, there it is, guys. Yeah, I know that guy wouldn't call himself an auditor, but all he was doing was standing outside recording a clinic. That's auditing. And what happened? Some moron like the parasites that don't like us went up and got in his face. I don't care if you don't like me. You don't get in my face. I don't care if you don't like me. You don't get to touch me. And that goes for cops or anybody else. The victim, after trying to flee, was hit in the head multiple times and was literally knocked down before the other guy tried to help by using a chokehold. The first time I was watching it, I thought the woman who was aiming her arm at the attacker was the one who used the defensive shooting to stop the attack. Good for the defendant that he was able to draw his arms. Yep. He needs money. He needs his money back from the pepper spray company. The defender was justified. He attempted to flee and was given no... Yep. The guy who fled gave the guy who got pew-pewed a second chance, not the other way around. The dude in the high-vis vest was protesting, which he's allowed to. The lady screaming is probably the one that aggravated the man in black clothes to get aggressive. The man in black clothes needed to stay back. That's right. Justified use of force. Oh man, this is going to be a rough court case. I don't see how. I want to see thousands of people protesting the treatment of this pro-life patriot. Yep, that's what we do. That's what auditors do. You don't need to get in a person's face that uninvited. I don't care who you are, how justified you think it is, or what political ideology you subscribe to. Once you cross that line, you are the aggressor, and the recipient of your aggression has the right to defend themselves against you. This would be true whether the person is on the left or the right. It's a real simple concept that far too many adults, in quotations, in this country seem to have a hard time understanding. Don't be the aggressor towards another person that isn't causing you any harm. If you don't like what they have to say, then you can talk to them about it or you can simply ignore it. But once you cross that threshold into physical assault, your dumbass is bought and paid for. That's a good way to end the video right there. This person nailed it. Good job, Red 4. So there you go, everybody. Basically an auditor. Basically what Liberty Troll is doing right now. Guy gets in his face, he gets sprayed. There it is. And it wasn't, he didn't learn his lessons from the spray. Just use your voice, use your words, use your brain power if you have any. And if you don't, shut up and keep moving. End of story. Once you get violent, you're putting your own life in danger. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Mucho amore. Have a good day.